This is the Healey Brothers Show.
All right, so today Jason and I are here with Sean Howarth and Bryan Gingle to help us talk about everything commercial truck related, right? So Sean's a salesperson here. He's gonna help us with the sales side of things.
We're commercial truck specialists, Sean, so he gets all the people I know. I throw him every single commercial truck possible.
So I think your actual title is CVC sales manager or sales. I have many titles, kind of. You've got a lot of titles, yeah. But he's a go-to guy.
But I know I lean on him for commercial because I don't know everything about him. So
He's gonna help us with the sales side. Then after we touch on the sales side, then Bryan, you're gonna walk us through what we do to help them after the purchase.
our service director of our largest service
CVC.
operation, yeah.
CVC.
What's your job title, Mr. Everything?
Whatever you want it to be.
Wouldn't it be director of fixed ops?
Yeah, fixed ops director, yeah, CVC manager, whatever, you know, problem solver.
Best problem solver.
Phenomenal.
We have a few of them.
All right, so let's start right in with when customers come in for like with their business looking for a commercial vehicle, what are the steps you take to help them choose the right commercial truck for their specific business that they're operating in?
Yeah. So, I mean, pretty much the first thing you have to always ask is like, what's the use of it? Like, are you coming in just looking for like a vehicle to go to job sites and just inspect? Are you like a foreman, or are you actually like bringing equipment, big trucks and dump trucks, and are you bringing excavators through and stuff like that? So you kind of get a gist of like, what do I have to spec out? Am I specing out a 250 just for a guy to go site to site with, or am I specing out a 750 like to haul a giant excavator through? You got to figure out what the exact first use is, and then how much weight they're towing, or where they're bringing things.
Yeah, and a lot of it now is like a lot of people are doing like the big transits now too, the heavy duty transits, right? To store a lot of stuff too, right?
So transit's actually, I mean, Ford holds that segment pretty strong right now as far as cargo vans.
We couldn't even get one the other day. I've been trying to get one from you for forever.
Well, I mean, they come and go real quick, but it's because everybody wants the transit, Ford Transit, yeah. So, I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, you kind of fall into the same category as that would what you would do with the trucks. Is you just putting some light stuff in the back, or you loading it up with parts and accessories and stuff like that to kind of see which one to go towards.
So you're just doing a quick needs assessment on these guys, and a lot of times they don't even, well, like you said, a lot of the guys are just buying the F-250 as like a luxury vehicle to go place the
Go to that with like the northern Jersey.
Those guys are the best. I mean, I see them all over. Look at my father-in-law. He uses F-250. Guy owns a grocery store.
Came in the other day, you got a platinum diesel 350, just to have it. Just to have it.
And you see them on the job sites. A lot of the contractors, the GCs, they pull up in that. They make sure the job is going well, and they've got nothing in it.
They're parking 10 miles.
Or they say they're just going to go pick up a roll of insulation or something like that. But they're there to use if you need it, right? You get work done, right? That's what they say. Let's get some work done.
It's like some of these guys, it's just a mobile office to them.
Yeah, true. Yep, it is.
What are like simple and straightforward process in terms of the assessment of what their needs are?
I mean, if you break it down to like the basics, it's the same needs assessment that you would on a regular customer coming in trying to buy a car or an SUV or something like that. You just got to find out what's the uses for it, what they will do with it, and point them in the right direction.
And how often are these guys coming in and act like knowing exactly what they want, or do you have to be like, hey, you actually don't need that much tow capacity, like you could actually do this truck?
So you get like one or two customers. You get the guy that says, I need this axle ratio, this truck, this. They know every single spec, or they've had one before and they would like, all right, match exactly what I have. Or you get sometimes you get it more with like a new business or a new client to it, and they're like, all right, this is what I have to do, help me figure it out.
And then so some of the stuff that you're dealing with, we could do this all over the phone or in person, all that stuff, and you're sending them all the options, or you send them stuff from Ford to go through stuff, or?
Yeah, I mean, we could do pretty much most of the process over the phone. I mean, for the most part, a lot of it I'll spec out a truck, or I could build it to your needs or anything like that.
Then you shoot it over to them and stuff like that.
I'll just send them numbers, and a lot of it we could do. I mean, even financing now is pretty simple with Ford, for commercial uses as well. So it's all done. You can put an app on the phone or over the phone and just send it in. We get it approved and send you out contracts to sign and everything.
With you mentioning that, what is it that Ford does with financing for commercial use? What is different about that than like regular customers?
So there's, I mean, for the most part, it's not too much different. Ford does offer a lot of credit. So what that means is that as a business, if you buy a decent amount of vehicles a year, especially Fords, you could apply for a line of credit to use for those purchases. So it could be a couple $100,000 a year. It could be a couple $1 million a year. That pretty much you have an open credit line with Ford. You apply for it, put it through, and call it
Not a
done.
bad gig, but that you have to show, like, you have to be loyal to the brand and stuff like that. Show that you've paid your loans, obviously, and you can't just, like, the new business is a little more difficult, right? Like if you're just a new business just working with Ford.
I mean, new business is like being an 18-year-old kid at the end of the day. I mean, you can't just come in and buy whatever you want. Yeah.
You have to clip that one. So, I mean, there's so many advantages to doing commercial, and obviously, Sean's here for all your needs. So he breaks it down for you. I can't say enough. Like, I don't know a ton about commercial trucks. It's probably bad to say, but every time I have a customer, I just go, "Hey, Sean, please just reach out to them." I don't know if they actually need this, and they'll be wanting like the biggest, baddest truck. I'm like, and he's like, "Dude, they don't really need it." So, I mean, that's why he's here. He's here to tell you what you need and what you could save and what you actually.
I mean, it could be overwhelming. I mean, you're in the business in a way. I mean, configurations on trucks and transits alone, there's thousands of configurations of sizes and for like transits, roof sizes, lengths, engines, axle ratios, and stuff like that. There's so many things. It could be overwhelming.
It's definitely overwhelming for me.
But
I don't know any of that.
we did. Definitely, a couple of us had to go through some crazy training.
I believe it.
Just to figure out a lot of that.
But they offer a variety that meet everybody's needs, and there's some businesses out there that need one of everything, right? Because it's
crazy.
it spans. Like here, look at our business, right? So we have 3 mobile units on the road right now, right? We have the Transit Connect for the small light duty stuff. We have the E-Transit, which is economical for us, right? And then we have the dually mobile van, and that goes out commercial. So each one plays a unique part in our portfolio, but it also meets all the customers' needs depending on what that need is, because a lot of our customers have the same portfolio, right? They have little vehicles, they have larger vehicles, and they have super large vehicles. And depending on what their needs are, we may roll out a mobile service. So we're kind of in the same boat, right? Some of them come in and they ask us, "Hey, how's that dually?" Because I was thinking about getting one for my business. I was like, pass them on to Sean, right? Spec one out. So we also have rolling mannequins, so to speak, when they're out on the road.
Yeah. So since it's perfect transition. So let's transition how we go from. I know sales is great. We do a phenomenal job. Sean's definitely one of the best in the business. Our team is just so sophisticated with helping people find the right truck for their business to always be, obviously, drive growth and get on the road and do their job. But I think the back end, which a lot of people forget, is how we help that customer, how we maintain that customer's fleet, and then also to keep them on the road for a longer time. So now that we move into our commercial truck center side of the business that we call it, how do we work together to make that work? Because at the end of the day, you're the one solving the problems that they're going to have, and they're going to have problems. It's not always perfect. So
Correct.
So how are we working together, and how are we handling that?
Well, Sean does a phenomenal job of creating that business model for the customer, right? So it's like, they pass the baton to the service department, because, right, 9 times out of 10, that commercial owner will go find the salesperson or their sales representative, say, "I've got a problem." And Sean does a phenomenal job sending out that email. "Hey, I've got XY customer, need some help. Can you guys assist them?" Because that's that relationship that he builds on the sales floor, which then obviously circles into the service department, but it comes with Sean actually gets the permission from the customer. Hey, let me reach out, and then that's where that relationship's built out. It's that sales to service motto. But rather than just walk them over to the service department and say, hey, this is our truck center. These are the people here that'll help you, and he walks away. He still holds their hand through the process because there may be another truck coming down the road that is a comfort zone. It's that relationship, and that's the same thing in service. It's all about the relationship, because you'll get the vehicle that just needs a quick oil change, right? So do we offer a mobile, right? Because that vehicle's got to stay on the job site. So maybe we go to the job site and we can.
So do we do the mobile for commercial?
Yeah, we do mobile for commercial. Yeah, I mean, we do it for fleets, we do it for commercial, because it's what's in the best interest of the client. It's not easy for them to take somebody that they're paying hourly or whatever, send them in the van, go to the commercial truck center, sit there while they try to fix the vehicle. When we can go out there, at least initiate contact with them, scan it, do a service, identify a recall, keep them in their workspace so their vehicle's still performing, and then people are still performing. So it's a time saver for them, but it also doesn't bottleneck our shop. So the more difficult work that comes into our shop can get the attention it needs without us stopping to do a recall or a check engine light or so forth. So, but that's where we have to build a relationship. And that's where we learn a lot from Sean about everybody's needs and wants. Not everybody wants to come to the commercial truck center if they don't have to, because it's not time conducive, right? But some do like to come there because they've built relationships with our service advisors there and the service team and the technicians, right? Because our technicians go for rides, they go out in the parking lot, they scan it in the parking lot. They're there after hours sometimes to accommodate clients.
So I mean, our team is A+, first off. We have to give them credit.
Our team, they go above and beyond, right?
Phenomenal.
And we're looking for more help like that, right? It's hard to find help like that because we do have a large customer base that demand service quicker, and we want to perform it quicker. But some of these vehicles aren't, a 2-hour or 3-hour job. Sometimes it could take 2 days, 3 days to do a job. So our team is very receptive to that. We try to be receptive to the needs and the urgency because we understand that vehicle down costs all these fleet customers money, right? Every day that vehicle's down costs them money. So that's why
These things to make money. So that's they made these, and so if they have to bring a year for the entire day, I was
for us because we try to get, you can't get it all in one shot, so we have to identify the needs and the wants of the customer. We have to listen to the customer. Some are more understanding than others. Hey, I'm going to drop it off, I got another truck, so just I'll give you 3 days, get it, give me some answers. So but we have to, it's that culture, right? And that's where Sean comes in. It's that sales to service thing because he brings us a lot of clients. He gives us backgrounds on the clients. He introduces us to the clients and what their needs and wants are, so then we can actually grab the baton and go from the service side.
So say a customer has a major problem. They haven't been here with us. What's the process they come in? Because I know it's a slightly different than our regular service business. It's the commercial business. How are we handling that? Say a customer's truck breaks down or something like that. How are we handling that? How is our team for the commercial truck center handling that?
Well, it's like if it's not scheduled, right? Yep. So it's a unique situation. We have to understand how imperative it is. If somebody's from out of town, right? We try to triage it. We've had guys stay late. We've had guys coming early. We always try to do the right thing. Does it always work out? Of course not. But our intentions are always the right intention. So what we try to do is whether you bought from us or you didn't buy from us, it doesn't matter. You're still a client, right? And you still need our help. So that's where that relationship comes in, and the communication is key. What are your expectations? Are you going to be in town? Are you leaving town? We've had people just rent a vehicle, leave town, and then we finish their vehicle and they've come back to pick it up and they're thrilled. And then we've had customers that their vehicles are broke down. We can't get the parts. Now they have to rent the vehicle. They're not happy. Either way, our job is to create that sense of we've got your back, right? So we're going to fix your vehicle when we can and as soon as we can. We're going to do it quickly, efficiently, but also communicate with you. And we're going to try to get it done right the first time. Yeah, that's our goal. So we try to be accommodating to everybody, regardless. You buy it here, you haven't bought it here, if you're out of town, it doesn't really matter.
We understand the importance of your commercial vehicle.
Yeah.
It's not like it's we don't care. We actually deeply care because we understand the importance of business as well.
Yep. So as we've been, I don't know if you want to say adapting to or adopting the mobile service vans, is that something you try to recommend to commercial businesses? Like use our mobile service for something simple like an oil change rather than bringing your truck in? So is that something we recommend to them or?
Yeah, we alert them, right? I don't know on the sales side of it, but that could be a great interlude, when we're selling it. Hey, by the way, if you need something quick and simple, here's our mobile express entrepreneur, right? I mean, we have a coordinator and Eric does a phenomenal job. He's got 4 technicians now because we rotate technicians in the vans.
Him on an episode. That'd be
He'd be great for the next podcast. Eric would be great for the next podcast. Yeah, I'm telling you. So he has wrapped his arms around this, and we've gone from 1 van with a part-time driver to 3 vans with 4 drivers that rotate, right? Some of the fleets, it's not economical for them to come here, right, for a recall, to send a body here or 2 bodies, one to drop off the vehicle, the other one to drive them back. So we go there, right? You know, it's not just retail clients, it's commercial clients, right? If we can make it easier for you, and again, it goes both ways. It's like a seesaw for us, because if we're out in your neck of the woods, or if we're in your ball field and we're performing the service for you there, our guys can work on the guy that just broke down from out of town, right? So we're not triaging too many things to the building. We're able to actually do it offsite.
Yeah, which is phenomenal that we're doing that more and more. I mean, I know we were doing it, but to do it in this, I didn't know we had 4 guys doing it. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we have 4 guys. Yeah, right now.
So they could really help some fleets out for sure. We'll tell one of the big fleet companies. They'll be like, I need 3 of my own guys, so they can just stay at the site all the time.
So moving forward, like as you sell these vehicles, we probably should do a better job. I don't think we do. I mean, we do a good job of with the mobile van. I don't think we do a good job of advertising our mobile van. We don't market as well as we should. And I think we were apprehensive in the beginning because we didn't solidify the entrepreneur of the van, the guy that's going to drive it. Yeah. Do we feel confident he's trained enough to go out there? These guys are trained. They've gone through hazmat training, Ford Pro training, mobile service training. So we're making sure, and now we've got Eric, he checks in every morning. They have a morning meeting. He gives them their runs for the day. They come back, they check out with him. Are we done for the day? Do we have to triage anything? I mean, we'll do anything from we went to somebody's home the other day just to top off their washer fluid because they said that their washer fluid wasn't full and they were going on a trip. They were local. So we sent the mobile van out there at the same time. We checked their battery just to make sure the battery, because the vehicle was 6 years old, want to make sure the battery.
And if we're going to drive far.
Right. So, I mean, this way, if they're going to they're going to go on a drive, we want to make sure that they're safe and they're not going to have an issue. So we've used it more of like a AAA, a triage thing from time to time. And I think we need to do a little bit more, maybe on our website.
We're going to clip it up and we're going to use some of it. We can share it with Sean as well. And we'll have those guys up.
Right. And I think having Eric in
it's a good pocket all the time if he promotes it more.
Great selling point on the sales side when you're selling them a commercial vehicle, to let them know about the mobile service in terms of efficiency. Like, it comes down to efficiency, right?
Every business owner loves to save a couple of dollars and hates to send their people to.
And there's also boundaries, right? Because, you know, the expectation is they're going to come out and fix my vehicle. Not every time, right? So if you call up and you say, hey, I'm at a job site and the truck doesn't start. We had this 2 weeks ago. We went out to the job site. We brought a battery with us just in case. We tested it. The battery failed. We put a battery in it. It wasn't the battery. It was the alternator, because that battery then died, right? We had to get it to the shop and we had to put an alternator in it, right? So that, but we're able to go out there and see if it's something simple. So we don't have to inconvenience the guest or the commercial client to say, all right, we got to find a way to get it to the shop there. Well, we come to you. And if it's something simple and it's not, you know, earth shattering, hopefully we can remedy it at that time.
Yeah. So to change gears just slightly here,
Sure.
a couple of things here. What are some of the vehicles that we can handle at the commercial truck center? Because every time I drive back there, I'm like amazed that we could actually work on these. And then what are some of the things our technicians are doing to be so specialized and handle some of these different types of vehicles that come in?
Might be easier to just say what you can't handle, right?
Okay. So, all right. So let's start from, I mean, obviously.
A couple of things like what are teams doing, the tools we have to do this stuff.
All right.
And
So
then,
let's go vehicle-wise, right? What can we accommodate there? So we've school buses, small and short, flatbeds, long and short, dump trucks,
ambulances are
ambulances,
back there.
obviously F-250 diesel, RVs. We do RVs. So we're very fortunate that Healey has given us the tools and the investment. We just got another set of 72,000-pound mobile lifts. So now we have 2 sets of those, which are great, because if we don't have a bay set up, or if we have an empty space, we put these mobile columns.
Get a video of that for this. They're cool as hell.
Yeah, and is synchronized, and it goes up together. So we've had dump trucks, trolleys, you know, you name it. And it's pretty cool, right? It's amazing that these guys crawl underneath these vehicles and they do work on these pieces of machinery. Boom trucks, tree trucks, you name it. They're all over the place.
It's with the the amount of stuff that we can service back there, it's almost easier to say the 3 or 4 things we can't service.
Right. So we'll serve it. I mean, listen, you'll go over to, you'll see an Explorer there because somebody knows a technician, or we have a relationship with one of the advisors work on an Explorer there. So, but our
Just in a Spectrum, like the smaller Spectrum vehicles.
yeah, some Spectrum vehicles, you know, some of the municipalities and so forth. But as far as the technicians go, right, they're special. Those guys are unique, right? They get down and dirty on this stuff. So we continue training. We buy tools for them that'll work not only with Ford vehicles like scanners and laptops that also communicate with non-Ford vehicles, because we do have the benefit of having a commercial fleet business is they're not maybe exclusive just to Ford, right? Maybe they've got Dodge, maybe they got Chevy. So if they have an issue, we can accommodate them if necessary. And if we can't fix it, or if we don't know what to do, then obviously we have our brothers in the organization. We'll send it to Chevy, we'll send it to Dodge, right? So that's the nice thing about having the plethora of dealerships in our organization. But the technicians all have a certain set of skills, right? They feed off of each other. We have 2 shop foremans that are senior master Ford technicians that pretty much will fix anything. And they've internally mentored their mentees, right? We've got mentors, we've got mentees, we've just got 2 young prospects that I feel that will be beneficial to us in the long term. But we've got a bunch of guys that are just, guys that specialize in engines, guys that specialize in transmissions, electrical. Our goal is to have everybody understand everything, understand it fairly well, but they all have specialties. And we continue to grow. Ford's big into training. You know, for that place to succeed and Ford to identify us as a viable source in the Hudson Valley, they have to be all certified. And there's Ford Pro certified, there's regular certified technician Ford, Ford University, and so forth. So training is essential, and we make sure they train.
And then plus on top of our shop foreman's always showing them the way as well.
Yeah, and we have a tandem, so yeah.
Even that's at every shop. We always have shop foremans always training with kids, especially, I mean, you see it all the time, your dad.
Even mobile service. I mean, they all have to be hazmat
I'm so
trained.
impressed by that mobile service that grew out so big. I remember when we first got our first truck, we were using it when we had the big recalls. No, then we'd go to Mannheim, and we just do the small little recalls because they're like, hey, can you do all these recalls? We're like, why don't we just send the bus and just do 100 recalls in one day?
Yeah.
I know it's something Ford wants to push because they actually brought one to the New York Auto Show last year. Like they brought one of the mobile service vans to put on display in their in their Hardy section.
It's not a cheap investment. It's a serious investment.
We've taken it to we've taken it to the local VOTEC schools, right? For the students that, you know, not every student that's going for automotive wants to be a full-time technician. Some have gone into parts, some have gone into sales, some are parking cars, whatever. But we take it there, and it's almost like an amusement park for some of the technicians there. The students hop in and out of it, and, you know, we show them all the, you know, the tools and all the tricks inside of it. And that's where we got one of them now. He signed up after college and he said, I'll start here. So it's a good entry-level technician program.
That's super important for the way that.
What's the radius of it? Then we'll go.
You know, we've gone. Listen, we try to stay within like a 25, 35 mile radius of the dealership. If somebody calls, we've been down in the city because we have an account down in the city that said, hey, I got a few vehicles here that need these recalls. I can't get them into the local shop. And we've made a trip down there. I mean, you know, it's a billboard, right? And the way I look at it, if we can help you, you're going to help us. And it is that relationship.
Right. Okay.
Which is huge. So one other thing before we just touch on some of the new stuff that's going on at Ford is I know we have these maintenance packages.
Yes.
We have some of these maintenance packages you could use with commercial trucks, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So Sean could probably elaborate a little bit more on it, but I know we sell them a prepaid maintenance package. The benefit to that, what I see is we've registered them in the system. We can do the maintenance off campus, but when they do come to the dealership, their driver can just leave it there and go. There's no exchange of money unless there's additional service that was recommended.
And we
or
have to find
requested.
something that has to be done or
Right.
something like that.
But for the most part, they drop it off. Here's my maintenance plan. It's in the system. The driver leaves. They don't need a credit card. They don't need cash. They don't need a check, anything. It's simple.
Yeah.
Right.
Which we recommend all of them do because you don't.
Right. And then we also offer, hey, listen, if you're going to drop it off to us, guess what? We have a redelivery team. So Laura's team, maybe if the guy can't get back or that person from the fleet can't get back to the dealership, we'll bring it to you.
Every aspect is just ease and convenience at the end of the day.
I mean, especially for a business, you need ease and convenience. I know we love it on our side when we work with our third parties, and it makes life so much better. So,
But you're right, though. But it's the eat right for us. If I can make it easy for them, just like we want things easy for us, we have vendors that make it real easy for us to do business, right? So it takes the pressure off of us at work. So you have to think the same mentality. What can we do for our customer to make it easy for them so they can concentrate on their customer? We concentrate on them. It's a domino effect. And if we can get it off the premises quickly and back to them, we move on.
you're creating a customer for life.
Yeah.
Is the quality, the ease, and how quick you get it done. So, that's like the biggest things with commercial.
I agree. Totally.
Before you touch on what's going on for it, I just want to mention you got to give diesel techs credits because I don't think people understand how much stuff is under a diesel engine bay compared to a regular.
Not even that. How
Truck?
much that stuff weighs. We're not talking about
Some big boys back there.
But just the pieces
We got some big boys back there can move some weight.
How like there's always a step-by-step process that Ford or Chevy will technically have for technicians to do a job, right? Step 1, 2, 3. Sometimes for these diesel trucks, like step 1 is take the chassis off the frame because of where the part may be located in the engine bay. It's like the amount of parts you would have to take off to get to this one part will actually take you longer than just taking the chassis off of the frame. And that's actually like if they were to look at, I don't know what it's called for them to look at for Ford, but like with Chevy, when they look on their computer, they go in the system, like it will sometimes tell them that step 1 is to take the chassis off the body. So I think you got to give those techs credit because it's a lot different than working on a regular gasoline truck.
Yeah, I think what would be fun is maybe we come up with like a video of maybe an engine taken apart, all right, with the cab off, right? Or, or
It's wild.
and we just do like a quick fast forward video of like everything, because when I'm astonished when I go and I visit and I walk around, I say hello to the guys and I see pieces everywhere laid out. It's like a crime scene almost, right? But
Imagine me trying to do that.
But then you watch them and they put this back together. It's insane, right? It's like laying out a 1,100 piece Lego and say build something out of it. But it's got to work. It's got to work, right? So yeah, I agree with you 100%. They don't get enough credit for the work that they put in and what they have to do. Yeah.
Dad sent a funny picture.
We love them to death, though. Those guys look like all our technicians.
Can't think of the tech's name. He just transferred from WS to Chevy. My dad sent a picture in like our family group chat because he had taken a chassis off a frame for a diesel truck. And obviously, my dad being a technician, my brother, he sent something saying like he lost his 10mm socket or like something like that. So like send a joke about like that's why he took the
cab off to look for his socket. That's hilarious.
yeah. So yeah, those diesels can be quite something to watch them work on.
Yeah.
So I know there's some new stuff going on here. I mean, obviously, we're always trying to make our facilities better for our customers. At the end of the day, it always comes down to our customers. So what do we got going on? I know I showed to touch on what's going on right
Yeah, so right now in Goshen, at our Ford store, awaited construction project. We've torn us apart the service drive at 2528, and we're putting in a 2-lane service drive. Pretty cool. I've been waiting for this for 25 years, right? So
I'm a Healey, and I've been waiting for a third since I was born.
So for years, cars got parked outside. Our valets would go out checking cars with tablets, rain, sleet, or snow, heat, freezing, whatever it is. But more importantly, our customers had to endure that as well with us, right? So now we're going to have an enclosed service drive, just like our Lincoln store, where you'll pull up to the speed doors. We'll welcome you in. The valets will get you out of your car. You'll be in a climate-controlled service lane. Well, we'll have all the amenities, right? We'll have the tire check. We'll have the alignment check machine. Your advisors will be right there, so you could meet and greet them without them being in another room. So it'll be a visual aid for your vehicle for the alignment check
Tire
and tire tread. And then your team, the team that you build relationships with, will be right there to welcome you to the dealership. So I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it only because it gives everybody, including our employees and our customers, the amenities that we've been waiting for, right? So like I said, the out from the cold, out from the heat, or in from the heat. So, and it's also part of the reception part and also the redelivery. So this project's going to take, I don't know, somewhere between 9 to 10 months, I would assume, weather permitting. But I'm excited about it. And it also is going to enhance our parts department. So we're going to get extra space for our parts team. That place is bursting at the seams. It's going to allow us
Just to give some clarification, this is our busiest service facility in our whole group. So, and they were the only ones not operating with a service drive. Well, Mitsubishi doesn't have one, but they were the only ones not operating with a service drive. And a parts department, it's the smallest one. And they're the
right.
And then
the parts department spray out 6 different rooftops. Yeah, our parts department is
so there's more space, just so people understand. Like, and now it's finally there. It's so deserved. Obviously, we had to go through some stuff to get it approved and all that, but it's going to be phenomenal. Most importantly for our customers, and it's exciting.
Yeah, we're exciting. So maybe we'll send updates as the construction.
We already had that. We already have.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
We already have the guys on it.
Sean should be on that.
Yeah. Obviously, they don't film it every day because not much changes every day with all that.
Right, but I would say, every month by month shot of,
Yeah, no.
we're making.
Y'all should be out here, I think, every Tuesday.
Already collecting stuff on it, so
That's great. Yeah, so we're excited, and I thank Healey.
obviously there's some other things on the back burner too that we can't really discuss now, but it's some exciting stuff that's gonna be coming here.
I'll be here soon.
I mean, so at the end of the day, we have the specialization to help you with all your truck and commercial truck needs, whether it's transit, big trucks, dump trucks, whatever it is, whatever business you have, we're here to help you. Sean and his team can obviously get that done. And then to support you with your fleets, Bryan and his team, they don't miss a beat. They're willing to go do you and do minor services as well. So, I mean, is there anything you guys want to add, or?
No, only thing I would like to add is, I mean, we hope we're always doing a good job, right? We always hope that we're going above and beyond for our clients. And if not, then, I'd like them to reach out to us and let us know what we could do better, right?
Exactly.
What can we do better? What should we do better? Is it a phone call, right? Can we do better with our phone calls? Can we do better with
Responsiveness.
Response? Exactly. Things that maybe we don't. Most people say, "Wow, I didn't know you had a mobile van. Why didn't you tell us that?" Right? So
and we're gonna.
I'm always open to, suggestions, right? I take constructive criticism really well.
Good, better, and
right. It doesn't matter, because if we could do a better job, it makes us all better, right? Yeah. And I want to offer more. And if we haven't done a good job offering more, we need to.
Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and follow us at Healey Brothers on all social platforms.